Hi guys, and welcome to the second episode of TLDR. Now, if you don't know what TLDR stands for, it stands for Too Long Didn't Read. Because we all know what it's like to be on social media, watching the shenanigans go down and thinking to yourself, girl, I ain't gonna read all that. So today we have several stories it is to break down and to get into. So first up, we have Chef P, aka the pink sauce lady, who has found herself in a new controversy by gaining success. We also have another TikTok born star called the Pickle lady, who has also found herself in controversy by potentially doing something incredibly illegal. We also have the story to do with everything J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter legacy, because so much has gone down there too, as well as Blueface and ChriseanRock and the absolute carnage that took place on the No Jumper episode. And lastly, we have the police officer who had an entire train ran on her. So let's just get into it. Okay, so first up we have the pink sauce lady, aka Chef P. She has found herself in a bit of controversy recently because she has managed to get her entire brand put into the stores at Walmart. Now, if you guys don't know, there is a lot of controversy surrounding Chef P. So a lot of people are extremely upset for the fact that she is being rewarded for what they deem as negative behavior.
But I still find that to be so wild that she got rewarded for basically creating poison that she was shipping to TikTok customers.
And that's all to do with her prior behavior. For instance, she was allegedly attacking customers and deleting comments. She allegedly faked a meeting with the FDA.
Okay, yeah, so when everything blew up and we found out about it, we paused, like we didn't ship out anything. We haven't shipped out any packages since, you know, we have became aware of this issue. We also let our customers know that we are working expeditiously to correct any issues that we, you know, are facing right now today.
As well as doing a very one-sided interview on a daytime TV show.
I think this is a moment of reflection.
Absolutely, and I think it's a moment of learning on both parts.
I think the learning is more on your part.
Yes. Okay.
And that's being real. And this being real here. Because I literally, the thing is a matter of that her business, her livelihood, her safety is being affected now. And these are things that we don't think about. Mm-hmm. This moment is for you to realize that your power is really in what you're saying and what you're doing. And that one video that you did for that second, the follow-up video, had ripple effects that you have to acknowledge is there. Because if it was on the other foot, you'd be sitting here upset, crying, mad, if you had to move every week because you and your child were in danger.
Now, if you want to know the law and everything it is to do with Chef P and the pink sauce and the TikTok controversy that took place, I definitely recommend taking a look at Atosi's videos, because he's done the most comprehensive review of everything it is that's happened with Chef P, in my humble opinion. So when it comes to Chef P, I would feel like it's safe to say that she is somewhat uneducated, because I kind of feel as if Chef P is somewhat street smart, aka hood smart, but not necessarily book smart. Because sis didn't even know who the FDA was.
What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products. The pink sauce is not a medical product. The pink sauce don't contribute to your health. I never said that. Did I? Make it make sense.
She had the complete wrong measurements for her bottles, as well as her bottles not being refrigerated in transit, considering at that time, and not presently, but at that time, the products contained dairy. She also kind of gave a trust me bro answer when somebody asked if she was considering other people's health when delivering her condiment. I feel like it's safe to say that the woman is not smart. And I feel as if being unsmart and unlikable isn't reason enough for people to believe that you shouldn't deserve success or that you should not have the ability to grow and learn as a person. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys a different perspective, a little bit of a in defense of Chef P. So if you guys are familiar with the story, you guys will know that there was a young lady lady who decided that she would send her pink sauce into a lab and have it tested to see if it was safe to eat. Now, this young lady never revealed the results of this lab test, and she kept hyping it up because she was going to be doing a daytime television show where she would essentially confront Chef P. Now, the TikToker does say in an interview with Atozy that they just didn't show what the results were, but she doesn't give a reason as to why she hasn't shown those results herself.
Did you actually send it to a lab?
So I did send it to a lab. I sent it to a university. They don't test like for certain bacteria. They just test for the bacteria amount. And I feel like those results were so hyped up when they were meant really to be more so like those results aren't accurate enough to be like, here, this is what they are. Let's all attack Chef P, because that was never, that was never my intention.
On your TikTok, you were teasing that you were going to reveal the test results on the show that you went on to. And what happened there? Did they just tell you we're not going to show these results?
I am not positive. I kind of just went on there and went in there sight unseen, and just because it is a new show, I didn't really know what to expect. And the producers are great and the people are so nice, and they were really welcoming, and I guess it just wasn't something that was important at the time to the network.
Now, the only logical reason that I can think of that she wouldn't be able to disclose the results of the lab test for a test it is that she did independently was because she had to sign into some kind of NDA contract to be a part of the show. And if that's the case, I would consider both of these individuals as unsmart. The other point it is that I wanted to make is that the young lady decided to send the pink sauce over to the lab after she had opened the product, meaning that it was already contaminated. We all know that once you break the seal on an item, it is no longer viable and you have a certain amount of designated time to eat the produce. After she had opened it for a while at this point, and then she also put her finger inside the product.
So like after I got a lot of insight and I watched a lot of people's videos who are like sauce masters on it, yeah, I did stick my finger in it, but I know other than that, like my hands are clean. I wash my hands 24/7. Other than that, like I don't have like guilt per se, because I know that I did things in the best possible way because I wanted to know.
Now, she states that she washes her hands and she's a very clean person, and I don't dispute that at all, but again, with it being opened and able to be contaminated with airborne contaminant, as well as her sticking her finger in there, that would make the results of the test far more variable than if she just sent in a fresh product to the lab for them to test. So it seems to me that the lab results weren't made public because either A, the lab results came back that there was no real immediate danger in consuming that product, and that maybe there wasn't any signs of botulism, which was the main concern that people had, or B, the lab rejected it because the item wasn't sealed, and because of that, she wasn't able to prove any of the claims it is that she had made. Now that brings me to another point. There have been numerous videos on social media pertaining to the pink sauce lady. Like, this whole situation was viral in 2021, but one video that I feel that the entire community seems to be overlooking is a video by Anne Reardon. Now, if you don't know who Anne Reardon is, she runs a channel called How to Cook That, and on her channel, she decided to replicate the pink sauce and basically was able to clear any claims that there was any safety concerns or any concerns for botulism. Take a look.
That claim is completely false. The next claim is a lot more serious and it has to do with the safety of the product.
And this is definitely a serious announcement. Do not eat the pink sauce.
Do not eat that sauce. Read up on botulism right now. And Chef Pie, Carly, suspend all orders immediately.
Well, everyone in digital commentary land is out here telling you all the reasons that consuming the product is dangerous, which, let me be clear, it absolutely is. You should not buy this stuff and definitely don't consume it.
Now, a lot of the fears around pink sauce came from an interview with Ben Chapman from North Carolina University, where he said,
in food like this, when you see low-acid foods like raw garlic or dragon fruit being put in a high oil content, we've seen similar products lead to botulism in the past without any acidification of those low-acid foods.
The real key to his statement there are the words without any acidification. Now, yes, there have been cases of people getting botulism where they've chopped up garlic and put it in oil to use it as garlic oil, but that is not what she is making. You can buy garlic aioli at the shops and you can have garlic flavours in all different sauces, and there isn't the risk of getting botulism. So why is that? Well, it's all to do with the acid level. If you have a pH of 4.6 or less, the Clostridium botulinum spores cannot grow and make the toxin that causes botulism. So if it is acidic, then you are fine. Now, an acid level of 4.6, if we have a look at a pH scale, 4.6 is not that high. A tomato would come in at 4 and coffee would come in at 5. So sort of halfway between a tomato and a coffee, if you can think of it that way. Now, of course, water and the oil that she's using starts out as about a 7 at the neutral, right in the middle there. But then if you look on the ingredients list, we're adding vinegar, which is of course an acid, and lemon juice, which is an acid. And on the ingredients, you've also got citric acid listed, which is acid. So depending how much of that you add, you are shifting it down the scale so that you have a lower pH and making it more acidic. Now, I don't know what proportions of ingredients Chef P used, but if she used a standard mayonnaise type recipe or a ranch type recipe, it's going to be sitting down at a pH of around your 3.5 to 4. So very much in the safe zone and no issue for botulism. Now, I don't know, I don't have her sauce, so I can't test it, but what I do know is a lot of people ate this sauce and a lot of people reviewed it and there were no cases of botulism reported. So this is not something that you can say, she was going to kill people with her sauce. No, in fact, if her sauce had those acids in it, there was no risk of that. That wasn't an issue.
Now, Anne Reardon is a food scientist, so if you haven't watched this video, you should definitely check it out. Now, the fundamental problem there is with the pink sauce lady is that unfortunately, she is just unlikable. She is stubborn, she is rude, she is disrespectful. She was rude to the young lady who confronted her on a daytime TV show for that positive media spin. And because of that, there are so many people who just simply don't want her to do well. For instance, I've seen videos from Penguin Zero, aka Moist Critical, as well as Atozy, who are really upset that she has been able to get this massive win by having her products be showcased in Walmart. I feel like this situation is symptomatic of the just world fallacy. The idea that like good things happen for good people and bad things happen to bad people. When the reality is the world is just so nuanced, and that no matter how stubborn or rude or disrespectful a person is, they should still have the ability to learn and grow from a situation. Now, let's not beat around the bush, honey. It's very clear that she would have made millions from this deal it is that she did with Dave's Gourmet, which is a famous sauce producer in the US. And while she might be unsmart, she was definitely smart enough to trademark absolutely everything. And at this point in time, videos opposing Chef P's rise to success is only making more public interest, so more people are going to find and buy the pink sauce when they go on their next Walmart trip, because they want to try the TikTok viral sauce. So all of this discussion surrounding Chef P is actually having the opposite effect and is actually making it a more lucrative venture rather than the opposite way around. Now, when it comes to Dave's Gourmet, they have altered the product. They have now made it vegan and gluten-free, meaning that it no longer contains dairy product. And what we can assume with this being a multi-million-dollar conglomerate company is that it's being done now in a safe and sanitary environment at an industrial level. But that did not stop people on social media going out of their way to critique the pink sauce, because one TikTok user pointed out that the pink sauces that were on her shelf at Walmart were all varying in different shades and hues of pink. So a TikTok food scientist called Food Scientist Babe then made a video where she discussed that because the pink sauce uses a natural ingredient such as dragon fruit, it's not a stable ingredient, and because of that, there's going to be various different variations of color, in the same way that there would be various different sizes and shapes of dragon fruit. Again, because it's a natural product.
Right, so I'm being put in the unfortunate position of defending pink sauce once again because people don't understand why there would be color variation in this product. I see a lot of assumptions that the formula must be inconsistent or that it's being still produced incorrectly, which you can't tell by inconsistent color. So what's giving it this pink color is the dragon fruit. So there aren't any FD&C colors. Natural colors are typically going to be less stable than synthetic colors. So there's the potential for them to change color, to fade more quickly due to a lot of different factors such as pH, light, oxygen. Different ingredients in the formula like ascorbic acid can also make colors change. So this variation makes sense when the color is coming from dragon fruit. I always find it ironic when people are complaining about stuff like this because consumers are always demanding things to be natural, and this is what happens when things are natural. You're going to have natural variation in colors, for example. Yeah, it looks like she's producing it properly now and she's selling it in Walmart, so good for her.
But with that being said, it seems as if Chef P has sold the rights as well as the trademark and everything that encompasses the pink sauce, and is now being dealt with on a major scale by a company who knows how to do it right. So for me personally, I applaud her and congratulate her on this venture. And hopefully, after all of the shenanigans that took place in 2021, we can all applaud her for getting it right. So from a product that was never forced to cease production to another product that was deemed illegal by the state, let's talk about PickleMeEverything. Now, in the past couple of weeks / months, there has been another TikTok creator by the name of PickleMeEverything. She had a viral video on TikTok where she basically asked numerous different content creators and food reviewers on TikTok to review her product and try it out, and if they like it, hopefully endorse it to their audience.
Hi Mama Top, my name is Amy and I love to pickle all different kind of pickled veggies, and I'm a huge fan. I've been watching your TikToks. I'm sorry for your loss, first of all. My prayers to you and your family. I just want to let you know, I'm actually live right now with my TikTok followers. Hi everyone.
After this viral video, many people decided to start ordering PickleMeEverything's pickled products. Now, Food Science Babe, who is back at it again, made a video where she outed PickleMeEverything for doing something that could be potentially illegal, as it goes against California cottage law. Now, when it comes to California cottage law, there are certain things it is that you can't mass produce at home and send to a consumer. And one of those items is pickles, or anything that can be pickled. So basically, PickleMeEverything was breaking the law in the state that she lived in and the state that she was producing her pickles in.
If it comes minor leaking, it is hand sealed, not pressure sealed, not pressure cooked, no can, nothing involved.
All right, so this person is selling pickled vegetables off of TikTok, off of their Etsy shop. There are accounts with millions of followers that have been promoting her products. And not only is she clearly not canning them correctly, but pickled and canned foods are actually not even allowed under cottage law in California. There is a risk of botulism with these foods, therefore it is not allowed. Unfortunately, she is blocking and deleting comments from anybody telling her that it's not legal and letting her know that this is a food safety risk. So on top of the fact that it's not even allowed under the cottage food operations in California, which is where she's operating out of, clearly you can see in that clip she's not canning it properly either, but even if she was, it's still not allowed. She is deleting comments and blocking people that are just merely telling her that it's not legal and telling her that it's not safe. So I just want to make people aware. I'm seeing comments of pregnant people buying this stuff. You guys, don't consume this stuff. It's not worth it.
To top that off, there was numerous people who had received their pickles who had noticed that their pickles was leaking. Now, PickleMeEverything went to TikTok when these concerns arose and basically said, these are hand sealed, not pressure sealed. So because of that, there could be a potential for leakages in transit. That is now a since deleted video. And after numerous people started calling out PickleMeEverything for the potential of botulism, as well as the unsafe practices it is that she was using to distribute the items, PickleMeEverything went on a rampage and basically decided to start blocking, deleting messages, and just doing the most on social media, basically not taking accountability. Some TikTok influencers and TikTok food reviewers then walked back their support of PickleMeEverything once the news became viral and basically implored their audience not to purchase from PickleMeEverything under any circumstances.
For those that are unaware, I was sent some pickled vegetables the other day. I tried them. I made a video about them. It came to my attention that those pickled vegetables were sealed improperly and can cause damage, sickness, botulism, very, very serious illness. Cancel your order if you made your order. I don't want my message to be misconstrued or misunderstood. Cancel your order. My video has been taken down because I don't stand for that. I don't like how it's handled. She was ignoring comments. She was ignoring people trying to educate her. It's one thing to be ignorant, because as humans, we gonna be ignorant. But once somebody gives you the opportunity to be educated as a responsible person and business owner, as a responsible human, you should take the knowledge and take the education that people are giving you, especially when it comes to harming people. Those pickled vegetables were sent to me and my family, and then sent out to y'all.
So because so many rumors were swirling around that there was a particular license it is that PickleMeEverything needed in order to mass distribute this kind of product, she took to TikTok and basically told her audience, chill out, wait, I've got it, just give me time to show you the proof.
Hi to all my followers and friends. Hello, pickled friends and family. Guys, everyone, I've seen what's going on.
I have the food license, I have the can license. Guys, just give me some time to put everything together as a video and show you guys all the proof and all the facts before you blow things out of proportion, before you don't know things. So please, private message me if you have a concern or if you're not happy the way I did something. But let me have a second to post everything, to show you guys everything. Then you guys can assume yourselves what you want after that. With that said, there's no orders being processed at this time. All orders are starting to process on Monday when I show you guys all the proof, the facts. So if you are placing an order, I appreciate it, but just keep in mind no one's getting their order anytime soon. All orders are being on hold until I prove you guys everything.
We then found out that that was an absolute fabrication of a lie because she was actually going through the licensing process.
I'm working on getting my commercial kitchen. I've had it since Monday. I'm working on getting all the license, the permits, whatever it is that I need to get done to get this properly done.
Because numerous people, TikTok net citizens, basically went out of their way to contact the California state food people and basically alert them of what it is that PickleMeEverything was doing. And because of that, her product got publicly recalled. And they basically told everybody that if you purchase this product, to dispose of it immediately. Then shortly after, she posted a video basically explaining that she was sorry to her audience and that she would get it together.
I just want to show you my progress. I have submitted my pickles to the state so I can obtain a yes letter and get clarification to be able to ship the pickles. As everyone knows, there are a few ways to pickle. You can can them for a long term, or you can make refrigerated pickles to be consumed with a shorter lifespan, but most be refrigerated. My pickling is refrigerated pickles, as most of you know. I have seen all the comments left on the last video, and I appreciate all that have supported me and encouraged me. I also understand those that are upset with me, and I hope to fix my mistake. I should have gone all my paperwork and prior to selling any items, and for that mistake, I'm learning and I'm moving on.
And a couple of days ago on PickleMeEverything, she then showed an industrial sink and kitchen, I guess, where it is that she would be producing her products from. And I guess it seems as if PickleMeEverything has every intention of trying to do things right and correctly and legally. Now, the difference between PickleMeEverything and the pink sauce lady is that PickleMeEverything is simply just likable. So the response to her finally getting it together has been far more positive than what I've seen for Chef P and the pink sauce. Despite both individuals initially being stubborn, both individuals eventually giving apologies, and both individuals eventually getting it together and doing things correctly. But the general response when it comes to PickleMeEverything has been overwhelmingly positive in comparison to Chef P. Despite the fact the majority of the PickleMeEverything reviews on Etsy are 1 stars due to people not receiving their products or a refund, despite her telling people that they would be getting a full refund. I mean, even at the time of this recording this evening, some people are claiming that they haven't been refunded by PickleMeEverything. So this seems to me to be somewhat of a double standard that's taken place, and I just think it's because one person is likable and the other person is just totally unlikable. But tell me what it is that you guys think in the comment section down below. Now, from products that could potentially get you killed to a community that wants something dead, let's talk about the Hogwarts legacy situation. My God. Okay, so if you've been anywhere on social media, especially Twitter and TikTok, you will know that there is a whole entire situation pertaining to the pending release of Hogwarts Legacy. Basically, there are several people who are calling for the boycott of the Hogwarts Legacy game. And why is that, I hear you ask? Well, it's because J.K. Rowling, aka Joanne, has basically said some anti-trans shit, as well as funding some anti-trans projects. I mean, J.K. Rowling's transphobic rants were getting so much that some of the co-stars of Harry Potter have had to publicly disavow the book's writer. But basically what's happened is that Warner Brothers has bought the license to quote-unquote Hogwarts for the Hogwarts Legacy game. The game is an open world RPG legacy where you can essentially create your own character and run around in the world of Hogwarts, creating your own individual story. Also in the game, you can create your own trans / non-binary / non-gender conforming player to play within the game, which I think is very progressive considering I'm a big fan of The Sims and it took them several years to make that an option for us in gameplay. So there are several individuals who are asking everybody not to buy the Hogwarts Legacy game when it comes out, and there are 3 people who are interested in games, so let's talk about it. One set of people just want to separate the art from the artist and just want to play the game. The second group of people want to purchase and make it overwhelmingly successful because they themselves are anti-trans. And the third group of people just want to purchase a game it is that they know that they would enjoy without being called transphobic for doing so. Now I'm just going to be blunt and flat with you guys. The boycott isn't going to work. Why? Because J.K. Rowling is literally a billionaire. But you know what it's like. Harry Potter fans will literally buy anything. No, I'm being serious. Harry Potter fans will literally buy anything. J.K. Rowling could come out with a whole range of dildos and the Harry Potter fans will be like, oh my god, that's so amazing. Wingardium Leviosa. Ah. She was funding anti-trans projects and being anti-trans long before the Hogwarts Legacy game even began production. I mean, Warner Brothers and the developers and the game's producers basically wanted to disassociate from J.K. Rowling entirely to let the whole community know that J.K. Rowling has absolutely no involvement in the game itself besides the license of her intellectual property, which is essentially the idea of Hogwarts. But I digress. This boycott it is that people are wanting to initiate is not going to harm J.K. Rowling or her bag in any way. She is in that upper echelon of rich. The true people it is that it's going to really affect is the game's developers. So the trickle-down effect is very severe for people on the bottom rungs, and it's not really going to be something that affects the rich of the rich. I mean, at this present moment, the Hogwarts Legacy game, which is available for pre-order, is one of the top games on Steam, way above Call of Duty, way above Halo, way above most of the popular games it is that people purchase over and over again. So that basically just proves to me that all of the social media hoo-ha there have been with individuals telling people that they are either transphobic or that they should not buy the game has only basically garnered more public interest and inquisitiveness for people to actually go out of their way to purchase the game. So again, I feel like this is having the opposite effect of what it is that people want it to have. I mean, this discussion has been so wild that there have even been content creators such as Hassan, who has basically said that it's not even worth the grief of purchasing the game, regardless of what it is that his personal views are surrounding whether he should buy it and play it or not. Basically, he's scared to talk about it.
If I don't play this on stream or don't play it in general, it will be because it's 1A, most likely mid, okay, or 2B, too much backlash and it's not worth it.
But the fundamental issue, which I see as a level of double standards, is the fact that we are putting so much focus on one game and one individual / book writer, when there are several other companies that have been anti-trans / anti-LGBT and have also funded anti-trans and anti-LGBT projects. The 2 companies it is that I can think of off the top of my head is people like Chick-fil-A as well as Salvation Army, and they are a charity.
Well, Leslie, the biggest companies in America are supporting Pride events across the country this month, but analysis by the progressive think tank Data for Progress found that many of those same companies have also donated to state lawmakers who support anti-LGBTQ policies. According to the group, Fortune 500 companies and related PACs have contributed $2.8 million to politicians across 6 states who backed Don't Say Gay bills and measures that restrict transgender health care. Now, some of those companies include AT&T, State Farm, FedEx, Amazon, and our own parent company, Comcast.
And these are all the same companies who would go out of their way to slap a flag on in Pride Month, but don't really do anything for the communities at large. So I feel like people aren't really keeping the same energy. Why are we so hyper-focused on a game when there are major conglomerate companies with probably far more power than this game will possibly ever have, who are funding anti-trans and anti-LGBT projects, as well as at times spewing some anti-trans trans and anti-LGBT rhetoric? Is it because the other companies it is that have been discussed are more quote-unquote needed, so people feel comfortable utilizing their services and keeping their mouth shut when it comes to these companies? I don't know, I'll just let you decide. Tell me what it is that you guys think in the comment section down below. Now, from creators who are scared to speak about a game to creators who are scared to speak their personal truth, let's talk about it. Blaire White outs Nikita Dragun as one of the content creators who agrees with her frequently but is afraid to speak up on social media. Take a look.
Can we talk about how I've had like almost every single LGBT public figure in my DMs talking about, I agree with you, but I could never say it? Can we talk about that? And when can I just name them? Nikita Dragun. Imagine what an amazing, I like Nikita. Imagine what an amazing advocate before she lost her mind and got arrested she would have been if she would have been one of those people who was like, you know what? I'm not just going to be in Blaire White's DMs talking about I agree with all this stuff. I'm going to just say it. Someone with 10 times my platform. What does she have, like 10 million followers on Instagram?
Now, it's clear that Nikita Dragun is scared to speak in fear of public response, but I think it just speaks volumes that Nikita Dragun is so trash that she would much rather fake her death publicly in front of the whole world rather than speak on trans issues. Wow, a garbage person is acting like garbage. Shocker. Now, from creators who know how to beat their face to couples who have their face beat, that is a terrible, terrible, terrible transition. Let's talk about Bluface and ChriseanRock. Now, if you don't know who Bluface and ChriseanRock are, they are basically the couple who be fighting everywhere. But somehow they have managed to get themselves a reality TV show called Crazy in Love on the Zeus network. The only thing that's crazy is them platforming abuse in this way, but I digress. Well, basically 2 days ago, No Jumper released an interview on their podcast, The Sharp Show, where they sat down with ChriseanRock as well as Blueface to discuss their brand new show on Zeus. They discussed the show, their relationship, as well as all of the fighting and physical violence that took place between the couple on the show. Now, after giving ChriseanRock several shots of brown liquor, she presumably got drunk and essentially started fighting the staff, destroying equipment before being dragged off set.
Hey, come here, bro. What are you like? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Blue, what are you doing that for?
Now, the public's response at large to this situation seems to be that ChriseanRock is the aggressor. But for me personally, in this particular situation, and I have to make that clear because I feel like there have been times where both of them, including Chrisean, have been the instigators. But in this situation, it seemed like a girl who was suffering with a lot of trauma, who was gaslit by her partner as well as the podcast host.
By coming together with your man and saying, you know what, baby, we're not gonna be on that anymore because I really do you and respect you. Church, I don't know if she really do at that point. If she gonna roll her eyes at it.
She's very...
I'm being very cool, but you come and disrespect her. That's your problem. Couldn't have been mine. You wouldn't have did half of that.
You're not talking to me.
That's on Jesus Christ you wouldn't have did that shit.
What happened? What happened?
You wouldn't have did none of that shit.
Not really talking to me.
You wouldn't have did none of that.
Blueface was talking to somebody else.
You're not really talking to me. I can
liquor ain't no good for you.
I can drink liquor. I can do whatever I want, bro. And you're trying to gaslight me. Just let me talk for myself. I don't like nobody setting me up in a conversation. Let me talk for myself.
So
it's sensitive.
I think I'm gonna finish.
What you playing for?
I think I'm gonna finish it.
No, you're not.
You wanna do it by yourself?
What do you mean? Do it by
I'm
myself.
gonna do it.
Are you looking at me?
No. Wait, this is what I'm saying. Fuck.
No, because you're being weird.
This altercation that took place on set of the No Jumper, the Shark Tank show was exploited no end by the people at No Jumper. It was posted to their main channel as well as Twitter, as well as Instagram, as well as TikTok, etc, etc. And they even posted a second video with CCTV footage of the altercation from a completely different perspective.
Yeah? Or you need to wet your camera? Huh? Don't worry about what. I will wet your camera.
Blue, what are you doing, my nigga? Come here.
I'm walking out with you. I'm coming with you.
And if you take a look at this picture right here, you will see that one of the staff members was filming the altercation on their mobile phone. ChriseanRock states that she was removed by Blueface and his security because she exposed information that wasn't shown on the show, that Blueface had actually started the physical altercation that took place on the show.
What do you mean, babe? What do we ready to say? If I'm about to be quiet and I'm about to be painted as the bad picture, that's cool.
You're painting
But if
yourself.
we, how?
Let's finish the story and then respond,
I'm
right?
really cool with you.
You're not even telling the story. You're making it seem like I hit you first.
Getting warm.
And even within the interview, and I don't think many people caught this, Blueface essentially admitted to the fact that when the argument was developing, that he applied pressure to a fresh wound. This isn't figuratively, this is literally.
So she had this little cut on her hand from weeks prior. She had to cut herself, and I knew that was a sensitive spot for her. So I said, hey, watch your mouth, and I squeezed her in. And she just turned up instantly, like, oh no, whoopty-whoop-wham. And so she started coming on to me. And so, yeah, that's how that happened. So as she coming on to me, I'm like, deflecting, obviously wrestling with her.
Next, can we go to the next
So
question?
once she realized she couldn't beat me, she went outside, she went for a walk. She came back with a glass cup in her hand, I kid you not.
Rock posted to Instagram in a now deleted post where she stated the following. Blue told them to take me out of the interview. Once I got up, after I said something too revealing and it wasn't a good look for Blue. So I offended Blue, and so he got me removed because I told them that I didn't hit first with the glass until he did what he did first, before the glass got involved. I felt like they were trying to set me up in that interview to make it seem like I started the altercation. One thing about me, I'll be okay if I started this altercation physically, but this time he should have said next question instead of talking about the situation when we both knew what happened, and I didn't feel like anybody had my back. I felt like I really had to say what happened because that interview really triggered me, bro. Heartbroken emoji. Now, after this altercation that went viral, Blueface did take to Twitter and basically said that she needs to take accountability for her actions, and that essentially people who are supporting her throughout this situation are doing more harm than good. I mean, this is a terrible situation for two people to be in. Well, it seems as if there is a potential that there could be three. Because several hours later, ChriseanRock basically announced to the world that she is with child and she is pregnant. Take a look.
When you're pregnant, do you hear a heartbeat or it'd be too early to hear one?
Hold on 1 second. I'll come talk to you in 1 second.
Okay.
Here,
Cause I hope I hear three. Things are crazy. They just took my blood pressure and stuff like that. And the only reason I feel like I'm so overwhelmed right now is because I'm deciding to keep it, obviously. And we're gonna have the big baby shower. So yeah, pray for me with that. And then, yeah, we're gonna do this ultrasound. Hopefully it's 3 heartbeats. Please, I want 3 kids. All right, 2. I want either twins or triplets. Fun fact, because that's how many I killed.
Now, as you can see from these screenshots, Blueface basically denies that the baby is his and that he wants to have a DNA test, and basically says that she has been somewhat promiscuous throughout their time together. ChriseanRock basically alleges that he is scared of the prospect of being a father to another child, and that if he doesn't want any involvement in the child's life, she is happy with that. She will continue to raise that child on her own. Now, for me personally, I'm just going to be honest, I can't help but smell a storyline, because as we all know, they have that TV show Crazy in Love on Zeus Network, and it has been one of the top shows on the network for a long time. Because in one of the captions on her Instagram story, she states, "Can't wait for y'all to follow my journey," and I'm just paraphrasing, which leads me to believe that this girl is very smart and has got a head on her shoulders and knows that by having Blueface's baby, and that by being the most entertaining on their Crazy in Love reality show, that Zeus Network would probably pick her up for a season on her own, raising her child and going through the pregnancy process. Because in the past, ChriseanRock has not been shy about telling people that she has aborted several children it is that she has had for Blueface. And whilst I don't want to sit there and judge anybody on their choices, I can't help but think, well, why now? When your relationship has been the most volatile that it's ever been, why now? But that's just my sneaky little suspicion, my conspiracy. But tell me what it is that you guys think in the comment section down below. Now, next up, we have the police officer who had a train ran on her by 5 of her colleagues. I love a bit of Five Guys relish. But no, seriously, this story took over social media. A lot of people felt that the officer who was the object of so many guys' desire was quote unquote mid. She wasn't very attractive. There was also another side of the story that her partner and her had an open relationship. I don't think he realized how open she was having that relationship be. And the public at large are extremely upset with this situation because it seems as if they had been like canoodling and playing around and doing whatever on taxpayers' money, on taxpayers' money's time, instead of doing the job it is that they were employed to do as public servants. Well, it seems like this story has come to a somewhat decent end in the realms of indecency because all of the staff members who were involved in the encounter, the rendezvous that took place, have all been sacked, which is fantastic for the female police officer because the last time she came home early, she was being ball sacked. Thank you guys, I've been Paige. That's my time. Anyway, that is about it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode of TLDR. Tell me what it is that you guys think in the comment section down below. Once again, I want to say a massive thank you to my members, my patrons, as well as my Twitch family. I really appreciate you guys. You guys keep me chilled and controlled because if you don't know, I'm filming this video for the second time. Hence why I'm drinking, okay? Because I'm lit. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day or evening, whatever the hell it is you're doing, and stay tuned midweek for the next TLDR. And until next time, guys, it's been Paige.